Good evening, friends. So, right now, I want to have a conversation with you guys. Um, this is a recurrent issue that I am seeing as I'm going out and visiting multiple churches, as it was called to me to do. Um, and it might not pertain to every member of the congregation, but more so your clergymen and higher ups in the churches themselves. So, what am I seeing? I love going and visiting all these churches. I love seeing how people praise and prayer and worship and do all these things differently, do church differently. It is definitely an honor to see, and I'm glad I've been called to do so. But the negative side of what I'm seeing here is the amount of disassociation, right? And it's not just one to blame, but it comes in three different aspects here. I'm seeing disassociation from congregation to church. I'm seeing disassociation from pastor to congregation. I am seeing disassociation from church to community. And this is a problem. We all know this is a problem. Because right now we're looking at a lot of churches out there that have small congregations. They're dwindling down day by day. And we're looking at 20, 40 members in that congregation. And majority of them are on the older side of that spectrum. They may have been there for the past 30 to 50 years. But we're looking at between 40 to 80-year-olds that make up the majority of a congregation. Even the pastor himself may be hitting around that 60, 70 mark. Okay? Now, when it's his time to go to the Father, who's going to be the next to step up? And I know there's different ways we go about that, but I would like to think that men of the congregation would step up into that position, not just always relying on outsourcing, but men of that congregation to step up. When those members of the congregation start going to the Father, being received by Him, who are going to fill those church pews? Who's going to be there as a congregation? Are we just going to keep on dwindling down numbers until the church can't afford to stay open? Or until you have 5 people there and it no longer feels like church? And this is what happens whenever there's such disassociation in those three aspects. That's what happens whenever you're not just clergymen, but your congregation itself becomes complacent, becomes convenient. We create convenient Christians. And as a church, as clergymen, we become complacent, become lazy. For it is said in the Bible that we are to bring church to the people, not people to the church. But what has happened over so many years is that we stopped going out into our community and bringing the church to them, and we asked them to come to the church. And now it is so much about retention of the people at the church than it is about going and getting more people and continuing to get more people. We're relying on our own congregation members to go out instead of you as the clergyman to go out and get those people, to help those people, right? So this is the problem. So I heard a story today, speaking upon these issues, that actually came from my father. He's full of stories. Great man. But he used to go to a church over in Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania. And that pastor that was there serviced 2 other churches, so 3 in total. And when he wasn't preaching at church, he was going out Monday through Saturday, door knocking, going to everybody's door. Didn't matter if they were part of the congregation or not, he was going out door knocking. And he would come in and he would sit with you, talk with you, not just preach at you, but just sit and talk with you. And he said one day he came knocking down in Sportsburg at my grandfather's door, right? And my great-grandfather was known for not being very talkative. Wouldn't really speak with anybody. And so the pastor came and knocked upon the door, and my great-grandfather was like, what can I do for you? So what are you here for? And the pastor replied that he just wanted to sit and talk. So my great-grandfather was like, well, if we're going to sit and talk, then you're going to drink a beer. And just to create that bond, that connection, that the pastor accepted and sat and had a beer with him. And my father expressed his surprise to the pastor later on, before he left, that great-grandfather, spoke with him, that the pastor himself accepted the beer. And the pastor relayed to him that, yes, indeed, I took it because I heard about your grandfather. He's like, I heard about your grandfather, I heard how he was, the way he was, and he's like, I thought I'd catch him off guard by taking that beer. This is the kind of stuff we're looking at. I'm not expecting every clergyman to go out there door knocking. I'm not expecting every clergyman to go out there and drink a beer, right? Have a beer with you. But the expectation of going above and beyond, doing what you're actually called to do. When you're called to that church, you're not called to sit in that church and just have a service on Sunday. You are called to be that church. Okay? You are called to take that church out of those four walls and go into the community, do more within the community, and bring more back. And the congregation that you have, it is your job to make sure that they don't become complacent. You don't want people coming in there, even if it's been 30 years that they've been coming in there, you do not want them coming in and just going through the motions. And then creating an in and out church, as I like to call it. Quick to come in, quick to go out. We don't want in and out churches. We want people to feel like this is home. This is their beacon, their light. This is their home. Come in and stay. Come in and relax. Feel at home. Feel loved by everyone that's here. And feel the presence of Almighty God. If we have to go out and we have to door knock, we have to street preach, we have to do whatever we need to do as clergymen to go out and help people, then by all means, let's do it. Because that's what we are supposed to be doing. The chances of anything changing by me speaking this word, I know. I know what the percentage is on that, and that's fine. But I want to give hope to those that are watching this video, that there are people out there that see this, that understand this, and want better. We want better for everybody. And if you are watching this, I expect, if you truly understand what I am telling you, I expect better from you. And it can start with the average congregation member to the clergyman that's watching this, to a part of a church council that's watching this. We can absolutely do better. Okay? So, thank you for sticking around and listening. I know I talk a lot, but thank you, and I hope this helps somebody. I'm going to start going out and actually speaking with churches about this, because this is an issue we need to fix together as a united community. We need to fix this, not just for ourselves, but we need to fix this for God. Thanks, guys. Much love.